Hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back for another journaling on a budget video. Today we are going to make labels. I was looking at my dies for my die cutting machine and realized how many labels that I had. And really labels are just a shape that you cut out and then you use them to put labels in a book, or you just use them for their shapes. So I thought, really they're very simple shapes. It just takes just a few things to do it. So what I've done is I've just found this is just a coaster, and this actually is not perfectly square, but it's what I made mine out of. But I did realize this is the same size as a Distress ink container. So you could, like this one, so you could use this to draw around something like this. You could also use your regular ones that are rectangular. That gives you a different shape instead of square. And, just look around and see the different things that you may want to use to just play with to make these shapes. And then what I did was, so I've got a coaster. I did a 2x2 square because I wanted a smaller label, and I used my cutting machine to cut this. I used my what do you call it? My guillotine cutter to cut it so that I had nice straight corners, made sure that it was square. I used the top off of a pill bottle. I used the bottom of my coffee cup. And so what I did was I just traced, this is my 2x2, this is my coaster, this is my coffee cup, and this is my pill bottle top. So what I did was I just traced these, and then I'm going to just use our tracing mat and a piece of cardstock, and we're just going to trace them. Now what I've done is, when I want to be able to just have my regular shape like this. So I don't want to draw circles and squares, but you really can, and that's easy too. But you may want to just draw one onto something that you're working on. So I'm going to show you how I drew mine to make sure that I got them right, because I've tried it before. I always get them off. So what I did was, when I drew the square, I measured it and it was 3 inches across. So I decided that it was 3 inches across, and I wanted to put my my cap, because of the size of my cap, I wanted to put it in the center approximately. And so I looked, and there was 3/4 of an inch. So I just came in 3/4 of an inch from this side and made a mark, came in 3/4 of an inch from this side and made a mark. And I did that all the way around. So those marks will fit this cap and work perfectly. Now my coffee cup was larger, and so I wound up with my coffee cup. I just said, I think I want this much sticking out. And then I just measured, how wide is that? That was 2 inches. So it's like, okay, so I need 2 inches left here. So what I did was, I just did 1/2 inch on each side, so that my 2-inch part of a circle right there would fit between there and there. And sometimes I make things sound harder than they are. And like I said, you could just do a square, do a circle. But the thing is that when you're doing your circle, what did I do with my cap? It's like you can't just set it in the middle. If your circle is big enough to go outside your square, it's going to cover the whole square. And if it's smaller than that, then, you have to try and hold it there and make a mark, and then hope that when you do the other side, you put it up just as far, down just as far. So this is just an easy way for me to do it. Alrighty, so we've got our light box turned on, and we're just going to, what we're going to do, and I'm going to move my light box so that this is right over top of one of the lights. I'm going to trace it onto cardstock, because then I can cut the cardstock out, and I can use that as, a pattern. I can just trace around it instead of cutting it out of paper. Now, because I'm trying to look through cardstock, which I already did it once earlier, but for some reason I can't see it right now, so I'm just going to make these lines a little bit darker. Okay, so, and actually I want to do the little pill bottle top. So I'm going to just extend it to that point. All right, so then I'm just going to put my cardstock on top of here, and I'm only going to trace the part that is going to be part of my square. The part that's going to be part of the circle, I am not going to trace. So I just look through here. And like I said, if you want to just do this, you know, without making a template, that's totally fine. I just personally have a hard time doing that. Why am I having a hard time with this one? It says that's how far I'm supposed to go. Well, that's what it says, so let's see if we fit. I don't know why I'm turning it. I shouldn't be turning it. If you're going to turn it, then you should tape your paper together. Tape your paper to your pattern. Okay, so once we've done that, then what we're going to do, because I did this for the little one, I've got my little circle here, and it has marks on it. So I'm just going to, it's got these two straight marks here. I'm going to line it up with here and here, and then just trace my part of my circle. And once you like have your pattern sitting there, you know, you can do different, you know, once you've traced a couple squares and a couple circles, maybe a rectangle or an oval or something, you know, you can put them together in all different kind of shapes. I just went off my lines. And make different types of labels. I should have done this morning when I got up and was doing my samples, because I'm having a hard time with it. And they're not going to be perfect, you know, because they are handmade, but the whole point is just I'm having a really hard time seeing. There we go. And there. Now we have a label shaped like those labels that you buy the dies for. That just looks like the outline of a die right there. And then you just cut them out. And then you can trace that, you know, onto something else. You can just cut them out and use them just like that. And then, like, I traced mine. Now I've got a label right here that I can use. And then I did also cut it out of cardboard, because I thought, you know what, this label I can use. Like in a journal, I can write on it. I can do whatever I want, put that in a journal. But I don't want to trace this over and over and over, because what will happen is, you know, because it's only cardstock, it won't last me that long. So I cut it out of cardboard. Now I have a label that I can trace and cut out anytime that I want to, and it's all ready to go. And then, you know, like I said, you know, this was the edges of my, maybe that wasn't, that was the same as this one. Yep. Okay, so this is what it looks like, just like what we did already. And then I've got here, this is the coaster and the coaster. This is the coaster with my coffee cup with the larger circle. So, you know, each one looks different. The other thing that you could do if you want it very scallopy, you know, we did get those little spirographs from the Dollar Tree. You could do a spirograph, and once you get it done, just cut out the edges, because most of those have a lot of bumps on them. So you can cut out the edges and use those for labels. So, and then of course, like I said, now you've got your templates for labels. And I'll cut out this one, and I'll have a template for this shape, and then I will probably do both of these also, and maybe some more, I don't know. And then I'll just put them all together, and I'll know that I have labels. Now, the one thing that I wanted to do was This Book Belongs To. And of course, you know, I can't do anything without making some kind of a stamp to go along with it. So, I went ahead and I traced it onto Fun Foam, and I cut it out. And I did a This Book Belongs To. Now the way that I did that was I just wrote in what the best handwriting I can, because I'm not good with it. I just wrote, "This book belongs to." Okay. Then I just scribbled it with a pencil, because I'm going to use this like as carbon paper. That is a carbon pencil. And then I just turned it over. Oh, wait. The first thing that I did, another reason I needed my light box, I wrote it on here. Then I put it on my light box and I traced it backwards because I cannot write backwards. So I just traced it, and then I colored it with pencil, and then I put it on my fun foam, and I just kind of lined it up where I wanted it to go, and then I just traced over it. Now the one thing that I did figure out was that if you the harder you push on them, the larger your lettering is. So if you don't press as hard, then your lettering won't be as fat. And then I just drew a rectangle here, and then I just took my pen and I just went like around and around, just like little swirlies all over, pushing most of it back, but not all of it. Because when I stamped this, I didn't want a stark white spot here. So, you get a little bit of whatever color you're doing it in on there. Now see, I didn't get enough ink here, so my E doesn't work, but the E actually did show up down here. And then what I did was I stamped it again with a I thought, oh, this pink is pretty, but the pink is a solvent ink. So whenever you're making your foam stamps, if you've used a pen to do this, if you use any kind of a permanent ink, because they're solvent based, that solvent will liquefy your ink. So what happened was the ink that I had on my stamps, of course I had to make a label with some pattern to it also. That's this one. So as soon as I put that ink on there, it liquefied my ink, and then my ink came off with my pink color also. And it did the same thing where I did "This book belongs to." You can see bits of the ink on there. Now that's not necessarily bad, but if you don't want your ink to show up, definitely do not use a solvent ink. And that is anything like alcohol ink, permanent inks, permanent markers. Those things will all react with each other and come out like this. If you use a water-based ink, then it will not react with your pen. Now your pen, if you've written hard and you have your marks on there, the ink could still come off, but it's definitely going to come off if you use an alcohol ink. So then I just made another one with a pattern to it. And my "This book belongs to," I'm not so sure that I'm happy with that, but I have one. And, the one thing that I thought was, the writing is nice on here. So, if I do stamp them out, I can always use a permanent marker because, because this is kind of thick. So the permanent marker would be thicker. But I can always go in and, well, actually it doesn't even look that bad with the pen because it kind of gives it a white shadow. I can just always go in and rewrite it. I know that it's centered because I centered it before I put it on my stamp. And that way, at least I have one in case I decide that I want one. And that doesn't look too bad. So that's what we did today, is labels. You can make the stamps, and then once you do this, then you just cut it out. You don't have to have a die cutting machine or a punch for everything. If there's something that you want and you're thinking, oh yeah, but I don't want to spend the money for a punch for that, figure out how to do it yourself. I love to make the coordinating stamps with the fun foam, and but even if I wasn't going to do that, I love having my templates because it's easier for me. Once I get this template done, then I can use it over and over. And if you think, well, I don't know if I'll really use them, well, then just go ahead and draw them, just using your square and your circles, and just draw them on your pages. And if you find out that you really like using them, or you really like them but you just really hate trying to line up the part of the circle even with both edges, then just make yourself a template. Then you've got it, and you've got it in your stash, and you never know when you're going to use it. And sometimes you need something like that and you need it in a hurry. It's a whole lot easier to have a template to just hurry up and trace around than to try and line it up and try and get it even and you're in a hurry. But I think that that label looks pretty nice, and that would look good in the front of a book. So that's what we have for today, is labels, and you can make them all different shapes and all different sizes, and cut them out of cardboard so that you have a nice template. But thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope that you all have an outstanding day. Bye-bye.